Hello, welcome to the Holy Cannoli Cooking Show. My name is Ron. Today we're going to get started by cooking some Italian meatballs. I'm not a chef professionally. I just love to cook. I love to eat, obviously, and I know you guys do too. So today I'm just going to make some Italian meatballs and show you a couple different ways to make those things and to put stuff with it, and we're going to get going. So the first thing you got to do when you're making meatballs, obviously, and now some people start with ground beef and pork mixture. I like to start with just ground beef. You can also use ground turkey. You can mix the two together, but I'm going to start with ground beef. So then what you do with your ground beef, now this is a trick I learned from my mom. What we're going to do is we're going to take some bread. Now some people use breadcrumb, we can do that. What you do is you take some bread, and cut off the ends. This is just basic white bread. We're just going to cut the ends off of the bread like this. I'm going to grab some milk. Yeah, milk. Milk and meatballs, yeah. Milk. And the key thing when you're cooking anything is have fun. We're going to take some of this. I'm going to grab some milk and I'm going to grab an egg. Take an egg, grab a little bit of milk. And what we're going to do is we're going to soak the bread in the milk. Make it all, everybody in the pool. There we go. Put our milk back in here. We're going to let that soak for just a little bit. Get all nice and squishy. All right. Rinse my hand right there. And take one egg. Pop it in there. Then we're going to get all of our ingredients. Got to wash your hands, I know. You don't want all the hand police to get upset at you. You don't want any disease, you don't want to spread any germs, stuff like that. So then what we do, we're going to take a little bit of onion powder. Now, onion powder is pretty strong, so I put just maybe a quarter teaspoon. You can take some basil. I love basil. Now you can get Italian herb seasoning all in one, where it's all created in one. Put about a good tablespoon or so of basil in there. We're going to take some oregano. I love oregano. This is all, you can, like I said, get a combined Italian seasoning mix that comes all together. Put about a tablespoon of oregano. We're going to take some garlic powder. The reason you use garlic powder instead of garlic salt, you see garlic salt all the time, but garlic powder, you can control your salt content. If you just put garlic salt in there and you don't use, and then you try to put salt and pepper afterwards, what happens is you end up over-salting it. And once you over-salt something, as you notice, you can't get that salt back out. So you're better off just adding salt to taste. Usually you're going to put about, I don't know, about a half a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to put a little bit of pepper in there. Everyone's getting all excited in there, getting some flavor in there. Now you can add more stuff if you like it. If you like it spiced up, you can put some crushed red pepper. You know, I put a little bit of red pepper in there. It just gives it a little zing to it. Just get a little kicked up there. Now, Parmesan cheese, some people like to use cheese in there. I've tried all different ways when I made meatballs. This is, you can add a little Parmesan to your mix. We're going to add Parmesan when we're done with them. Put on top. Now, one of the key things, some people, you ever get those meatballs and they're like hockey pucks? You don't want a hockey puck as a meatball. You want nice, soft meatballs. The key that I've learned, and this is it doesn't always look so good, but you get your milk and your bread, and you add that right to your mix. Now, some people use, like I said, they'll use breadcrumb, and we got some breadcrumb, because if this gets a little soupy on you, don't be afraid to put some breadcrumb. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get my pan here ready to go. We're going to mix this up together. Now, this is where, if you got kids, let them help you. I just like to get it all mixed together there, get it all incorporated. The egg, what the egg does, people say, why do you put an egg in your meat? Well, eggs kind of help bind the meat together. It's kind of like when you're making a meatloaf. You put the egg in there, and like I said, you can add any ingredients you like. We're going to mix all this together. Get it all nice and incorporated there. It's going to taste a lot better than it looks, trust me. All right, now what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna oil. This hand is clean. I'm gonna get some olive oil. We're gonna put it in our pan, because when you put meatballs on your pan, the last thing you want is a meatball stuck to your pan. So we're gonna get some nice extra virgin olive oil on there. Get it all ready, and then we're gonna start making our meatballs. Now you can use a scooper, you can use a ice cream scoop if you like. I just like to get my meatballs, get them in my hand. It's a little messy, just make them into a ball. Now these are nice and soft. They're gonna come out incredibly, incredibly soft. The key to making a meatball soft as well is the bread, believe it or not. The bread just gives it such a nice consistency, and you can put more or less bread to taste as far as how soft you want them. If you want them a little harder, denser meatball, just put less bread. If you want a nice soft meatball, you make them with more bread. You can even pour some of the milk into the mix if you want them a little more, a little wetter meatball. Okay, now that we've got them all ready and put them on the tray, now we're gonna pop them in the oven. That's about 1.5 pounds, and I use ground round. This time, you can use ground chuck. We're gonna pop them in there. I got it at 350. We're gonna put them in there for about 45 minutes. This is my first batch that I made. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take them from here, and once they're done, you wanna get them off the tray as quickly as possible so they don't soak up any of the grease. I got some tomato sauce, and what this is basically store-bought tomato sauce. I just tweaked it a little bit. I put a little bit of garlic. I put a little bit of sugar, believe it or not. You just put a little sweetness to your sauce. Notice sometimes sauce is real sweet. I put some sugar. I put some extra garlic. I put some Italian seasonings in there as well. Sometimes the ones that you get in the store are really good, but when you just play with it a little bit and just kick it up a little bit and get it all, everyone in the pool. Once again, everyone's in the pool. Now we're going to get them all in there, and the longer you have this in the sauce, once again, you know how when you have pasta sometimes, and it's great when you eat it the first night, but the next night it even tastes better for leftovers. There's something about sauce just melding together, all the ingredients melding together in the sauce, and it just gets better. So you can keep this, if you don't eat it all tonight, keep it in the ice box and make something tomorrow, and it's just going to even taste that much better. So what we're going to do now, I've also sauteed some onions. I diced them up. I took some bell pepper, different color peppers, whichever one you like. I sauteed them in some olive oil, a little bit of butter. Now you can, when you put butter in a pan, sometimes it burns. You put a little bit of olive oil with your butter, and it keeps your butter from burning. A little trick I learned. So I got those sauteed. What we're going to do is we're going to take some Italian bread. We're going to take a couple meatballs here. Yeah, I know. It smells as good as it looks. We're going to put a few of those in here. These are some, oh, doesn't that look good? Get those in there. What we're going to do is we're going to put this on here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of, I got some Parmesan cheese. We're going to put some Parmesan cheese, sprinkle it on top, like that. Then we're going to take some of our onions and our peppers, and if you don't like them, don't put them on there. You won't hurt my feelings. Put some of that on top. Oh yeah, come on now. Put that on top. Then, of course, we're going to take some whole milk mozzarella. Now, some people use part skim. Italians, they just don't use part skim mozzarella. You got to use whole milk mozzarella, how they say it over here, but whole milk mozzarella. You put it on top. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the oven, get that cheese to get all melted together, and they are going to be incredible. So we're going to put them in the oven for about 5 minutes. We're just going to put on broil, just get that cheese all melted together. All right, we've had our subs in here for about 5 minutes. I put it on broil. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look incredible? Now, obviously, you can also do this traditional spaghetti with meatballs. You can put a little Parmesan on there. You can do whatever you like. We're going to take one of these out of here. I'm going to grab myself a little spatula. It's going to be a little hot. Oh, baby. Woo. Put that on the plate. There you have it. Meatballs, the old traditional Italian way. It wasn't that hard with really simple ingredients. It took a few minutes to put together. Have fun with your cooking. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to go ahead and eat this sub because it smells incredible. I appreciate you watching the Holy Cannoli Cooking Show. Have an awesome day, and we'll catch you later. Oh, yeah. That's good.